The Center for Social Action, CSA, is the development wing of CRI's deemed to be university. It was set up in 1999 to coordinate social sensitization programs for students and undertake community development projects for marginalized communities. CSA addresses various issues related to child rights, socio-economic development of women, youth and farmers, community mobilization, and environment climate change issues. As part of CRI's deemed to be university, CSA primarily focuses on student communities and their sensitization on various issues, including waste segregation and management. The PANA unit has been working tirelessly to bring about awareness in this field. The Akkas have been instrumental in this drive. A march was conducted along with a campaign to sensitize the youth for the same. The CSA aims to shape individuals into responsible citizens and empowered leaders of tomorrow. Let's give a wide round of applause for all the initiatives undertaken by the CSA. It's an honor for us as we collaborate with the Saahas NGO, which has been bringing about the change in this field in the true spirit. Saahas is a non-profit working in solid waste management since 2001. Saahas, in collaboration with GIZ, has started a project to implement sustainable practices in solid waste management with an aim to mitigate the climate impact of the same. Their initiative shines. The residents are proud of their feat. You find that there is just about 10% use of plastic in this area compared to 90% in other parts of the city, and Koramangala being one of the good ones. Awareness is all that makes the difference. It is the difference between Namma HSR Uru and the rest of the Uru, emphasizes the nearby volunteer with pride. Let's give a wide round of applause for all the initiatives they have been taking since 2001. We also welcome Mr. Mohammed Idris from GIZ, who will be throwing light upon this initiative. Welcome, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mohammed Idris. I'm an environmentalist by profession. I have been working in this waste sector, particularly on solid waste management, liquid waste management from past 12 years in association with different organizations, government departments, and now I'm a technical advisor for GIZ India. So here I'm there to introduce you about the project which is called as the Waste Solution for a Circular Economy, which is also called as Circular Waste Solutions, as you can see over here. This project is being implemented by GIZ India, which is a German international cooperation in association with Ministry of Forest Climate Change and Ministry of Urban and Housing Affairs as our nodal ministries. And here in Karnataka, especially in Bangalore, BBMP, Brihat Bangalore Mahanagar Palika, is our partner for the implementation of this project in Bangalore. In association with Saahas as an NGO partner. So we are here to make this beautiful city, which was, as you see, I mentioned Garden City, right? It was once upon a time it is called as a Garden City. So let's take these small initiatives and small steps towards making this beautiful city as Garden City once again, right? And so the project was selected in the fifth call of the NAMA facility. NAMA facility here refers to the Nationally Appropriate Mitigation Action Plan, which aims for the sustainable, irreversible, carbon neutral and sustainable projects with respect to waste management, waste solutions. So we have our proud donors for this project, which is the Federal Ministry of the Environment, Nature Conservation and Nuclear Safety. Then the Department of Business, Energy and Industrial Safety from United Kingdom, the Danish Ministry, the European Union Commission, and Children's Investment Fund Foundations are our proud partners. So apart from this, apart from Bangalore, we have our projects in 4 other cities in India, which we call it as lighthouse projects. One being the Bangalore, which we are proud of it. At least I am really proud of having this project here in Bangalore, Namma Bangalore. And then the second one is in Tirchi, third is in Goa, fourth Varanasi, and the fifth one is New Delhi. So this was about the project introduction and the the details of this project or the procedures or the ways how do we segregate the waste will be taken forward by Dr. Shanti, who has been working in this sector from such a long time. With this, I would like to end my note over here, and I would like to hand over the mic and to Dr. Shanti to take you all further. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing all of that with us. Now, as you heard, as you guys know, the next with us is Dr. Shanti Tamala. Now, the list of her achievements is huge. The place where she's come from is something which we all can relate to. We are common people, and she's one of us who made a change. Being one of the people who don't need an introduction, we still have to talk about her. This 43-year-old resident of the HSR layout for over 11 years is just a farmer's daughter. And yet, she's managed to do something that we couldn't. Therefore, when she saw garbage strewn all around, she gave up her dental practice and became an environmentalist in the HSR layout. She was recently appointed as a member of the Solid Waste Management Roundtable, SWMRT, and is also a Ward Committee member today for the HSR layout, Ward 174. For installing over 10 lane composters for waste management, 4 more to come, 22 leaf composting bins in parks, to community kitchen, she's done it all. She set up biodiversity parks with rainwater recharge wells in Sector 6, which used to face waterlogging and flooding every rainy season. She's not only done something for the environment, but also managed to help people and their plight. So we are honored to welcome her on the stage.
We would also like to welcome Mr. Mohammed Idris and Tarannum on the stage.
Thank you so much for the introduction. I promise not to make you feel bored. It will be a very interesting session. This session, whatever I take today, is something which nobody on the planet can say, this is not related to me. It is such an important topic, and it's going to stay with you throughout your lives. Your subjects might change, your branch might change, anything can change, but this is common. So, about Saahas, introduction was told, I will not repeat it. And about the project, Idris has told what is Circular Waste Solutions aiming at. So to tell in simple words, all that I have done in the past decade, I want more others to do. That is the aim of this project, which we are all as a team driving towards, achieving segregation at source and making more and more people understand the value in waste and compost. Yeah. The problem. All of us know the problem, right? All of us know the problem, but we tend to ignore. Why do we ignore? Because we might not have time, no interest. What can I do as a student? These are the few things which we usually feel, right? But the talk today is mostly about those simple practices which you can do towards sustainable living. What is exactly sustainability? Anyone? Yeah.
Sustainability is the judicious use of resources in order to preserve them for the coming generations.
Simple. Just very simple, isn't it? Meeting your own needs without compromising the needs of the future generation. They also should meet their own needs. We can't be selfish, finishing everything and destroying everything, right? Simple thing. And if you see this picture, the waste we throw on the amount of waste we generate and what is the land required. 4 cricket grounds. This is just for you to imagine. Because you have seen a cricket ground, for you to just imagine this is the ground required. The amount 1,69,800 tons of waste we generate. Forget that, You know Bangalore, how much it generates? Any wild guess, Bangalore? No? With 5,000-6,000 we are struggling. With 5,000-6,000 we are struggling. I'll show you the how the landfills look and how the 5,000 to 6,000 metric tons per day. If you put a 5,000 tons of waste in a place, it will be like a big heap. If you put another day, it will be a bigger heap. After a month, it will be like a mountain. So that is the amount of garbage which Bangalore generates, 5,000 to 6,000 tons. This is how it looks, the landfills. I'm sure none of you would have visited landfills, right? How many of you heard my TEDx talk? Only one? Only two. Okay, fine. Okay, I will not take much time talking about what is my past, what was it, why did I come talking about waste 15 hours a day? What changed me? From a dentist to this garbage. Nobody would choose garbage. Nobody would like to talk about garbage. But why I chose, it's told in the TEDx. So this landfill visit has changed my life. Seeing that waste pickers coming to my doorstep, standing in the waste and trying to segregate with their bare hands changed my perspective towards life. Visiting to the landfill, interacting with the villagers there brought tears to my eyes. What is that we are doing? We are studying, we are earning, we are making money, we are thinking about only our family. What is the plight of these villagers? At what cost? We are throwing our garbage in their village. This is how the landfill looks. And not only this, talk about any city. Delhi, you talk about Delhi, Gazipur, any landfill you take, it's a big mountain. And there are few in Mumbai, Delhi also. There's one which is going beyond Taj Mahal. So if you see the mountains, you really feel, you have time to pause and think, what is the future generation? How are they going to face the brunt of all the mistakes what we are doing? You see this picture, what is there? Real picture. These are not Google pictures. Real picture. That is the leachate. This is a leachate which comes out when garbage is dumped. So this leachate is so poisonous because that waste has everything in it. It has plastic in it, it has metals in it, it has mercury in it, lead in it. Everything, name it, it is there. Including sanitary pads, everything is there in that. And the liquid which comes out of it is called leachate. That leachate is going to percolate to the underground and contaminate the whole underground water table. When we went to High Court, there are villagers from landfill who came with a water bottle to show the judge, this is the water which we have to consume. Can any humans consume this water? All these things in a past decade changed the way I think towards waste and the way I think about my routine. So this is a leachate which not only contaminates the underground water table but also contaminates the soil in the village, and that is where our vegetables every day come from. Right? So this is the real situation in the landfills. These are the villagers whom we met. The school children, though they have smile on their face, they have all sorts of problems, from skin diseases to lung diseases to everything because of our garbage. And these are waste workers who work every day from morning till night. We don't bother to think about them. Have you ever met a waste collector who comes to your doorstep? Have you ever thanked? We never tend to, we ignore. We might know today, I should have told one thanks to him. Never we feel thankful to them. And see the woman who lost the finger, I met her personally. The best part of this PPT is, these are not Google pictures, I met her personally and she lost her finger. She is just one woman, but there are many such people on the ground who are troubled because of our behavior. There was a broken glass bottle in the mixed garbage. She was trying to put her hand and segregate and she got hurt and lost her finger. There are many waste workers who are facing these problems every day. And so what happens to the waste disposed? You've seen burning of garbage everywhere, here and there, right? Did we think anything beyond that? What do you think when you see a burning garbage? We just close. Yeah. We feel, no? But we can't do anything. Toxic air, burning garbage, open dumping leads release of dioxins. Dioxins are released when plastic and everything is burned. And International Cancer Research Center has clearly told dioxin is the #1 human carcinogen today. Dioxin is the #1, remember this, human carcinogen that is released because of burning garbage. And greenhouse gas, I think all of you must have read this in school. Greenhouse gases, what happens when greenhouse gases are emitted, the temperature which is inside the earth is not going out, so the temperature rises. Everyone today talks about climate change. Everyone talks about what is happening, but what are we doing? Today is all about what are we doing. We might talk a lot, we might hear a lot, we might see webinars, we might see many more things, but today is all about what are we going to do about it. This is our Bangalore's landfill. How many of you read about Mandur in news? No? No one reads news? There was huge fight, huge protest happened there, and Mandur is closed. Now where is it going? To another village. It is Bellalli now. So whatever is the village name, our land, our garbage is being transported there. So this is a study, what happens to the greenhouse gases and what is the emissions, how is it going to affect us. The study is all, you may not remember the numbers, but the primary source today why every municipality and every panchayat is struggling with garbage is they are answerable now. The climate change, the National Green Tribunal has put a gun at the point blank to every municipality and is telling you have no right to dump in the landfills. Yeah. We have no right, but what to do? More awareness, more enforcement. There is no law enforcement, right? When students told about waste incineration of 1 ton municipal solid waste. What is incineration? Burning at high temperature. How much greenhouse gases are emitted? People think waste to energy or incineration is a solution. Let us put up huge machines and dump everything and burn. Burning is the solution. People think incineration is the solution. No. So I think all of you know about what happens with this garbage. Air polluted, the particulate matter which enters the lungs, causes chronic diseases. These days I hear a lot of people suffering from cancers, suffering from different diseases which are yet to get medicines for. All this is because of our behavior. So near the landfills, there is also a study where even in the mother's milk, there are poisons coming out and the baby is affected. Even a baby in the mother's womb is affected. That is the amount of toxins released near the landfills. People staying near the landfills have suffered this. Now, we all heard about all these problems. Are we impacted or not? Only 1 yes, 2 yes? We are impacted. If we think it is villages near landfill who are affected, no, you're wrong. The air which is, the garbage which is burning in the city may be less, but the garbage burnt at the landfills, nobody may light the fire near the landfill. It catches fire because there is plastic which is a fossil fuel. Plastic is made from petroleum product, right? So it catches fire automatically when there is excess heat. And whatever is emitted there, it will not stay only there. We also inhale. When the underground water table is contaminated, we are also affected. By all ways we are affected. Not only that, everything, anything. You want to eat fish? The plastic which enters the fish, marine life is gone because of the plastic there. And the plastic which enters the fish, the microplastics are entering the food chain and it's coming to us. Aware of it? The cow which eats plastic, we consume milk. If you tell you are a vegetarian, you are a vegan, I am safe. No, you are still not safe. You take salt, right? That also has microplastics. So what is the action that we are going to take? Is there a solution for this humongous problem? There is a solution, but it has to be on a war footage. So the solution is do a better thing, not to throw. Now, circular waste solutions talks about circular economy. What is circular economy? What is linear economy? Which is good. Simple question to ask, not to ask. It's circular economy. Today, what I showed till now is linear economy. We consume, we generate waste, we dump. Ends the matter. We think it ends, but it doesn't. It's a linear economy. We generate, we dispose, done. Now we are pushing everything towards circular economy, that is segregate. If you segregate your waste at home, it is properly sent to a destination. Wet waste is composted or biogas, and it is coming back again to the kitchen as cooking gas or compost and vegetables, right? And plastic, whatever is disposed properly, will get recycled and come back into use again. That is circular economy. 3 R's is boring. Let us add the 4th R before the reduce. Refuse. So first thing, I love the word refuse. If someone offers me a sari, I refuse. You know why? I tell them I have enough. I don't need. My sister says, why do you refuse? I don't need. If I need, I take. And I don't want, because I have seen the whole story of waste management. I consume what I want. What I need, sorry. So source segregation, many of you told 2 ways, wet and dry. Few of you told 3-4 ways, fine. But let us come to a simple waste segregation, that is 3 ways. Everything will be covered in that. Rest everything will be taken care. So if you segregate your waste at home, it is 60% of your waste is your kitchen waste. Biodegradable. Someone told it should be recyclable, non-recyclable, some words. Someone told paper and hair in one thing, plastic and bottle in one thing, wet in one thing. So get rid of the confusions today. I was expecting one answer, some apartments I think are doing, some societies are doing. From today, everyone should understand this waste segregation and remember throughout your life. It is not wet per se. When you say wet, even a milk packet is wet. Curd packet is wet. Onion peels are dry. The the groundnut shells are dry. Right? So it is not wet and dry. It is, what you understand is biodegradable. That is wet actually, biodegradable, all that which comes from nature. You remember this way. All that which comes from nature should go back to nature. That is 60% of your waste. Your kitchen waste, your puja flowers, your leaves from trees, whatever is biodegradable is 60%. That 60%, request all of you to keep your mobiles inside, because it takes a lot of effort and time for us to come here and talk. Why we talk? With the hope that this generation will change. I have a lot of hope on this generation. With that hope, I don't regret sacrificing my profession. I have a lot of hope on this generation that they'll buckle up to bring the change. So 60% of your waste is your kitchen waste or the biodegradable waste, which is coming from the nature. It has to go back to nature. The second category is dry waste. I don't call it dry waste, I call it recyclable. But in that, everything is not recyclable. What is that? Paper, plastic. We don't have to separate paper, plastic, metal, glass. No need to separate. All the dry waste in one bag. Why bag? Why not another bin there? Reusable bag. Why? Why not a reusable bin? No. Because all that which goes to the bag is voluminous. You order a pizza, you order Kellogg's, you order one Horlicks pack. All that is voluminous. By volume it is more. Your dustbin will not fit. That's why a bag there. So this is a well thought through process, 2 bins and 1 bag. Everyone to follow segregation need to have 2 bins and 1 bag. one green bin for all the biodegradable waste, one bag for all the recyclable, whether it's your old clothes, footwear, old broken watch, comb, toothbrush, paste, old bucket, old whatever. Man-made, that is not nature-made, all that goes into your dry waste. The underlining point in this dry waste is that it should be clean. What people do, they order pizza, they order whatever food online, food is remaining, leftover food particles, they dump it in dry waste. All the dry waste will become useless. It cannot go for recycling, it goes to dumping again. Simple is that dry waste should be clean. Simple rule. Whatever food is remaining, remove all the food, put it in the wet bin and give the dry waste clean. We should rinse and give the dry waste clean because it goes for recycling. It can go for recycling only if it is clean. The dirty dry waste cannot go for recycling, it goes for dumping. The strict rule for wet waste is no garbage bin lining. People think plastic cover keeps your dustbin clean, isn't it? Convenience. In the name of convenience, bin is very clean. I will just remove the cover and give like this. My bin is clean, I don't have to wash. People see convenience everywhere. But the plastic cover which has come in contact with the food waste can never be recycled. Where is it going? Reject bin, which is red. If you observe the color coding, green and red indicates we want the whole India to follow the same color coding. Because from here you might, some other person told Tamil Nadu. If you go to Tamil Nadu, you should not get confused. Oh, in where should I throw my banana peel? Everywhere you see a green bin, wet waste should go there. Everywhere you see a red bin, reject should go there. What comes in this reject is very important. I was waiting, at least one person will tell. Nobody was telling what comes in the reject bin. Sanitary pads, diapers. No, not e-waste. No. It is your syringe, if you are diabetic, band-aid, whatever comes in contact with human secretions, which is dangerous, nobody should touch. Suppose you have a COVID test, personal COVID test kit, you tested, used masks. All that which is dangerous should not come in contact with any other being, should go into reject. This is domestic hazardous waste. E-waste should go into dry waste because all this dry waste will go for secondary segregation. There e-waste will be separated and sent for processing. You understood this three-way segregation? Clear or any doubts here? This is a minimum thing you need to know. Minimum thing. Three-way segregation is something very minimum that you have to understand. Why is source segregation important? There are many reasons. Because it stops dumping and it avoids, carbon footprint is reduced because the mixed garbage is not transported to so many kilometers. Fossil fuels are reduced, carbon footprint is reduced. And what else? Waste workers' livelihoods will be improved. They don't have to touch and segregate the waste. Material recovery will be more. More of the recyclables can be sent for recycling. If it is mixed, everything is waste. Resource recovery is more. And most of all, the most important thing is pollution is reduced. Above all this is law says it is mandatory. Aware of the law? Unfortunately, it's not enforced. If it was enforced strictly, nobody in the PG today would have told no segregation in my PG. If it would have been enforced strictly. Law is very clear. On the paper, law is very clear. There is no second thought about it. But enforcement is poor. I am proud to say in HSR layout, enforcement is at the peaks. I dreamt about it 10 years back. That every citizen should fear garbage. Every citizen should fear littering. Like in other countries, no? People fear littering. Why in our country people throw it's okay? Because no enforcement. Simple. I wanted that to get in HSR and I am feeling very proud today. Every single day there is a penalty drive. You throw garbage, some proof will be seen in that and you are penalized. CCTV camera footage, you will be penalized. You are not giving garbage to BBMP vehicle continuously 3-4 days, you are penalized. This is the law enforcement which will bring change. But we cannot sit quiet thinking law enforcement आएगा तब देख लेंगे. No, we have a responsibility on us. What are the end destinations? I think most of you must know. Wet waste will go for composting or biogas. The dry waste will go for recycling. It's only that 5% waste which is reject should go to a scientific landfill or incineration. That has to be reduced in future. This is the segregation. You see the pictures? None of them are Google pictures. Again and again I am telling you. This is the segregation pictures in HSR. Wet waste is given directly in the bins like this. Vehicle will come to your doorstep and collect it. What do they collect in this vehicle? Every day, wet waste directly from bin to vehicle. You see a bin hanging there beside? That is for the domestic hazardous waste. So wet waste and domestic hazardous waste is collected every day. Domestic hazardous waste is wrapped in a newspaper, sanitary pad or diaper, whatever, wrapped in a newspaper and kept separately. Is it looking clean? Instead of a black garbage bag, tie it, don't know what is there inside, the precious treasure, and tie it and throw it. This makes it very clear, life simple for waste pickers also. See how is it getting composted. This is in HSR. The first picture is in HSR. Swachhagraha Kalika Kendra. There is a school which teaches everything about composting. That is a school which is a model school for India, and now it is getting replicated. The Karnataka government sanctioned 9 crores to have one in each district headquarters. That's a proud moment for us Bengalurians to establish one Kalika Kendra, which is a compost learning school. So there we have all different types of composting processes explained. And the same school is replicated in Siddipet, which is in Telangana. We feel very, very proud when a good practice is learned and replicated. That is what I want. That's all. I don't need anything else. I want all these good practices to be multiplied, replicated. See the compost. Biogas or compost. Anything is fine. So composting is a very simple circular economy. For example, my kitchen waste, I compost. I don't bother whether the garbage vehicle has come. Initially, people used to say, I segregate, but the garbage vehicle mixes. How many of you say that? Is it boring? Boring? Okay. Most of the people in my first initial sessions would say, I segregate, but the garbage guy mixes everything. Anyone who say this here? Oh, are there people? Okay. So what I say here is, I don't bother whether the guy comes or not, first of all. I don't bother whether he mixes or not in HSR, if I go, because I compost my kitchen waste. I compost my kitchen waste, so I don't give him waste every day. Second, the bag which is recyclables are very, very less. I'll tell you why. And the third, I don't have because I don't use a sanitary pad. So I don't bother. So all my kitchen waste goes into compost. I compost and I have a terrace garden where I grow my safe food. What is the food we are eating today? Huh? Never thought? Not organic, but organic is a better word still, not safe food at all. Totally loaded with chemicals, totally loaded, pumped in with chemicals. I don't want to give that food to my family. That is the reason I compost. Everyone have their own reasons to do something, right? I compost, only reason is I don't want to give my family the chemically loaded food. I compost and I grow all greens and simple vegetables. So this is a compost bin. Very simple. Composting is not a rocket science. This is a very simple compost bin. There are different multiple types of bins, and this is a compost maker brick. This has microbes in it. You just have to layer this powder with your kitchen waste. And there is already a demo which I have done 2 days back. There is already waste in it. No smell, absolutely no smell. So why I am telling here is that Those of you staying in PG, you may not be able to do anything, but you can do at college. You can do wherever you are. Or this thought, this seed in you, you might go to your native, wherever you are. Composting is something which you have to do. Connecting with soil. I compost, my kids also compost, not only my house, the whole lane. My whole lane, 45 houses are there. All the wet waste from 45 houses come to my lane composter. And when I harvest manure, I send a message to everyone that I am harvesting manure. They come with the sacks and take the manure. Isn't that amazing that your kitchen waste is converted into manure at your doorstep? This is something which we have to practice. I don't know the enthusiasm in the students, but we would like to circulate composting workshop form. You can sign up. So I am given the ultimatum, 10 minutes. Let me do it fast. So composting is something which I wish all of you learn. Sign up for the composting session and learn this skill. It will be definitely useful for you, if not now, in future. These are the lane composters. So many people, thousands of people are composting. This is a lane composter. Feedback from people who are composting. Now dry waste. This is very, very important. Quickly, I want to tell you all that which you are using one time and throwing, you need to stop. I don't have to tell you why I think. First thing is health impact. Anything what you are using one time and disposing, this is a dry waste collected. This is how it is collected in a vehicle, sent to a dry waste collection center, sorted into 22 different varieties and sent for recycling factories. This is a dry waste. If it is cleaned from your house, if it is collected, this is how the material is recovered. You see how clean the dry waste is? Yeah. Why should you stop single-use plastics? One reason, it is very, very toxic. I am sure all of you must be eating something in plastic without awareness. Hot food in plastic is directly cancer. Hot food in plastic is directly cancer. I see a lot of people ordering online food in Zomato, Swiggy, whatever, and you eat. You are not aware that you are consuming plastic every day and it leads to cancer. According to me, success in life is when you are healthy and happy. Whatever you study, whatever position you go, reach your goal, it has no meaning if you are not healthy. If you are not healthy, you can never be happy. So I see most of the youngsters not thinking about single-use disposable, just eating the hot food, ordering, throwing, all that is risky things what you are doing. Not only for the environment, first at the personal level. Health is affected directly. And all that we request you to see the paper cup. I am sure most of you must be having tea, coffee in the paper cups. See the plastic lining in the paper cup. This I don't have to talk because, okay. Convinced about the single-use plastic? It is up to you. Second is environment. The first is your health. Any single-use plastic you are using and disposing, that first impacts your health, then the environment. So we request you all to think about what practices you can do. Refuse single-use plastic. You want to buy 2 Lay's packet, you ask for a cover. Someone told the disposable bottles, PET bottles, we reuse. First of all, don't use the PET bottles. Always carry your own bottle. Always. The water within the PET bottle has chemicals in it. So this is a long topic with a time constraint. It's very, very difficult to talk about all these practices. In short, I hope you all understood what it is. It impacts your health and it impacts the environment. So think about from morning till evening, what is that you can change in yourself. Carrying your own bag always, carrying a water bottle, refusing the plastic, refusing the single-use disposable. You organize an event in your college or at your home. There are steel banks, cutlery banks available. All these are wonderful initiatives. If you are interested, it will be great. right? The last one is the reject waste, which is sanitary pads. Sanitary pads manufactured from the beginning, from day one, it's still there on the soil. Each sanitary pad stays for 500 to 800 years on the soil. And sanitary pads have a lot of chemicals, nothing is displayed on the pads. Biscuit packet, everything is, ingredients are written. Chocolate, ingredients are written. Why not a sanitary pad? There's so many dangerous chemicals, super absorbent gels, fragrance, plastic, it is bleached. So many harmful chemicals at the vagina, which is very dangerous for women's health. I'm talking this topic here because everyone has women in our life. As a mother, as a sister, as a friend, if you are a well-wisher, you talk about that to her and gift a menstrual cup to her. Women's Day is approaching. How many of you heard about the menstrual cup? Wonderful. You must have had a session or something. How many of you are using the menstrual cup? Very few. This is the change. 6 years back when I started talking about menstrual cup, nobody were aware of menstrual cup. Today when I am taking session, many are aware. How many are using? Very few. Why? Because fear. Fear. Can I insert? Can I insert? Is it safe? Definitely safe compared to the chemically loaded sanitary pads. For youngsters who are really fearing about the menstrual cup, can still use a cloth pad which is safe without chemicals. Cloth pads with linings. So I request all of you to practice these sustainable changes in your life. Awareness or knowledge, to my mind, is equal to garbage if you don't practice. You are aware of something you heard, maybe in a movie, they have shown about environment. I have seen a lot of movies which are environmentally conscious and talking about it. Medical waste from other countries are being brought to India and dumped. Why are such movies made? To create awareness. But what are we doing? After movie, we are forgetting it. So knowledge is equal to garbage if you don't practice. I have a lot of hopes on this generation to bring about the change. We need a lot of volunteers to pitch in to help us reaching this message of circular waste solutions to wider crowd outside your campus. There are a lot of citizens outside, like your PGs, who are still mixing garbage, and it's okay to dump in the dump yard. If you really want your future to be bright, dedicate certain time for volunteering in such activities. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that enlightening presentation. And now I'll request Taranu ma'am to present the hampers in a momento to all of our guests, Dr. Shanti Tamala and Mr. Mohammed Idris. It is to be noted that these hampers are presented to us by the Prayatna unit of CSA. They are completely sustainable and made with recycled plastics and paper. Thank you. Can we have you on the stage? Thank you so much, ma'am. And now for the words. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sudhakar. I'm a CSA volunteer over here, and before giving vote of thanks, let's have temperature check of the room. Yeah? So I won't be using the mic for that. So normally you must have seen temperature check or vote of thanks being very formal over here. Now we'll be making it bit informally formal, yeah? So for that, we have this chant which we use in CSA, yo yo yo, and the answer is. So let me not use this.
Yo yo yo! Yo what's up? Yo yo yo! Yo what's up? Yo yo yo! Yo what's up?
That's like the room, the energy, the room in the energy, room filled with energy. Sorry. So yeah, coming down to the vote of thanks, I have written down points. Yeah. So ma'am. Shanti ma'am, thank you very much for joining us today. It was indeed a session which has been new, things which are pretty common, but still with new things attached to it. Things we normally use in our regular days, like problems which we definitely see and be like, okay, this is the problem which we are having in life, or we are facing on a regular basis, but we are not doing anything for that. So thank you for telling us simple things which we can do to face that problem and have a sustainable future. Yeah, and thank you, sir, for coming and joining us and talking about the aim of the organization and how the entire system works, that is circular waste solution. Thank you very much for that. Thank you, Taranum ma'am, for joining us, our all-time support system, and other faculties as well. Thank you to the lovely audience over here